Clay, do you read me? This is Central Command.
I have you. Loud and clear.
This is a developing situation. In the last hour, we lost contact with Air Force One. Clay, not only was the President of the United States on that plane, but so too was the nuclear football. Those launch codes need to be secured. I cannot stress enough the importance of you completing your mission within 24 hours after your deployment. If we don't get our hands on those codes, the automated defense system, well, let's just say, it ain't gonna be pretty for any of us.
I understand the situation, sir, and the severity of it.
You're going in alone, Clay. You're the only asset left for rapid deployment. Once you land, activate your tracker. You'll then have the location of the suitcase. After acquiring the football, evac will be provided south. There's a mall in the center of Marlborough. That will be your pickup location. Godspeed, son. We're all counting on you now.
Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead and to our short survival series. Before I begin, a great big thank you to Vormithrax who put this challenge together for me. Today we are playing as a soldier, but not just any soldier, a top-of-the-line, bionic soldier of the United States of America, simply known as Clay. Let's first of all go over Clay's stats, abilities, traits, and bionics. We have 10s across the board for strength, dexterity, intelligence, and perception. As for his skills, he has them across the board when it comes to melee, knowing a thing or two about hand-to-hand combat. But most importantly, he's got some great marksmanship ability too. With a 4 in marksmanship and a 3 in rifles, our aim should be true. And as for those utility skills, we have a 2 in survival, a 2 in athletics, and a 2 in healthcare if things get really bad. As for traits, we have fleet-footed, which allows us to move more quickly than most, resulting in a 15% speed bonus on sure footing. Clay is also rocking pain resistance, which means he can go for a lot longer and deal with more pain in general. As for our negative traits though, he has a fast metabolism, meaning he needs to eat a fair amount. He is a heavy sleeper, which I imagine he's not going to be doing a lot of in this challenge. He's rather ugly, but hey, that doesn't matter out here. And finally, he is a wayfarer, which means that there is some kind of childhood trauma in there, which means that traveling in vehicles is off limits. Now, I imagine when other people are piloting those vehicles that it's a-okay, as well, Clay has dropped in here, a halo drop, parachuting down right next to a wreckage. On to our proficiencies. Our lad here is a parkour expert, meaning he's skilled at clearing obstacles, terrains like railings or counters. He can move through those as easy as solid ground. He understands the principles of gunsmithing, meaning that we can repair our weapons if they end up breaking. And finally, spotting and awareness. He is good at spotting things out of the ordinary like traps or ambushes. Under our bionics, we have a targeting system. Clay's eyes have been surgically equipped with rangefinders, and their movement is synced with that of his arms to a degree. Shots that he fires will be more accurate, particularly at long range. Down in his trachea, he has an air filtration system allowing him to filter toxins and airborne diseases before they actually make it down into his windpipe. Underneath his skin, he has a subdermal carbon filament made of carbon nanotubes, reducing both bash and cutting damage. To make sure that he's not taking too much radiation, he has an inbuilt radiation sensor that allows him to analyze the levels of absorbed radiation, and also they will alert us if there is environmental radiation close by. He has an adrenaline pump, which for a small cost of bionic power, we can surge forth with a decent adrenaline rush. Those eyes are glowing with implanted night vision. Once it's active, these bionic eyes will amplify the existing light that's there, allowing us to see pretty clearly in the dark. All of this, of course, is powered by a metabolic interchange, which allows calories that are intaked to be burnt, creating that sweet bionic energy. And finally, he has a taste modifier, which effectively allows him to turn off his taste buds so that he can eat things that really don't taste that great but might have the nutritional value he needs to survive. So that was a bit of a mouthful. Let's take stock of the equipment that we have available to us. We have an assault rifle here with 2 extra rounds, a combat knife, a 2-way radio, some earplugs for when things get loud, which no doubt they will. We've got some extra ballistic plates for our ballistic vest that we've got down here, wristwatch, ski mask, a whole heap of tactical gear here. But that's what we got to work with, and I believe there is a little note next to us here. Thanks, Vorm. I appreciate the welcome. Now, let's survey our surroundings. This is the plane in question. The plane that the president was on. It's currently 8 o'clock in the evening. We have until 8 to get the football back. If we don't secure those launch codes, it's going to be very, very bad for Marlborough and for the much wider area. Now, our commanding officer did tell us to turn on our tracker so that we might be able to try and figure out exactly where this briefcase is. And so, if we have a look at our map, we can see that the tracker is not here. It's not with the plane. So perhaps the president made it away. Who knows? Let's zoom out a little bit further. And as we make our way south towards this great big town of Marlborough, we can see a blip on our GPS, pushing us further into the town towards a police station. That is our tracking signal. The briefcase is there, but we've got a ways to go and a lot to go through, and we're going to have to do that all on foot. And if we have a look over here, this is the mall that we are going to be evacing from, up here on the roof. That's the goal. There's a lot to do, a lot to get done, and having a look at this map here, using those surveying skills that we have. What is this? Amigo Scout Tower. I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together here. Air Force One was brought down by this tower. Regardless, we have very little time, so we need to spend that time wisely. Now, there's a lot of dead here. A lot of dead. They could be passengers, and for the most part, I think they probably are. The president was on here though. Part of our mission was to secure the president. But that doesn't take precedence. No, that briefcase does. And so, as much as I'm interested by everything that's here, we are going to be moving on, leaving this all behind, seeing what's left of it really, and there ain't much. Nope, we could head down low. No, Clay, stay focused. We move on. We move south, towards the city, towards our goal. At the moment, right now, we don't have our night vision turned on because, well, we don't need to. It's a clear night. So we'll use it when we need to, which is more than likely going to be in buildings. Pulling up our GPS and having a look at the map again, we need to try and figure out what the best route to this police station is going to be. We could go straight through the town, or alternatively, we could approach from the west and then kind of just skirt along to the east. There's one long road that goes the whole way down, and I think the less time that we're spending in the city, the better. And while I am intrigued by this tower, the mission comes first. Clay, we move on. We've reached the road, and we've seen the first of the dead. Runners, and a boomer, and a shocker brute somewhere nearby. Now, if we can avoid using our weapon, we will, as much as possible. We have limited ammunition, and we want to make sure that we aren't making too much noise. We are, however, going to be dealing with advanced evolutions of the dead, I imagine, in this, because we are on day 61 of spring. So time has been passing in this world. This is a lot later into the Cataclysm. We're looking for a forest path that we're going to be able to take away from the dead and pretty much directly down to where we want to be. I think this is it here. Yes, that is it. So, ants be damned. We're going to continue on south, ignoring them while we can. Oh, but we might not have a choice here. It is hostile. It is on us. But you know what? We're fast. We're going to try and see if we can run circles around this thing and try and break its line of sight. There we go. We made it. Just like that. We could have got our knife out. And you know what? We might still need to. There's a soldier here. But we're a soldier too. And we're going to run. We're going to get that distance that we need to. Starting to get a little bit more tired now. We slow to a walk. Okay. All is well for the moment. Looking on our map here, there is an anthill nearby, so maybe staying in the forest a little bit more might be safer for us. Another ant. Well, I guess we're running again, and we're clear. We'll slow down, we'll catch our breath a little bit, keep our eyes peeled for more of them. We're running from a large group again, trying to get that distance, and getting more and more out of breath each time. We're okay for now. Let's just take that moment, try and see if we can catch our breath here. That's enough for now, and one's getting closer. You know what? Let's draw out that combat knife. As it gets closer, we take a slash out towards it, using our fighting style. Dead. Just like that. Alright, and it was quiet. Let's keep moving. We're down by houses now. We're going to stay on the outskirts of them until we reach this group here. Past the pizza parlor, this forest, that's our way in and down. I was going to say the streets are quiet. Not quite. But that was a quick strike to the head. The ant is dead. We're off the streets now. With another ant dead, we can do some pretty serious damage with this knife. We see a winged zombie flapping about. Thankfully, it seems the majority of the population of this city are closer to its heart, but that's where we're going to have to go before too long. We can see the pizza parlor on our mini-map. We're close to the point where we are going to need to get real comfy with the dead. Okay. This is it. Down we go, Clay. 2 dead. Okay. There's a few more of them. We are fleet of foot, and we are a parkour expert, so if we need to try and take them around the town, we will. The numbers of them are starting to grow, but they haven't smelt us yet as we silently slip by. We've got a ways to go before we reach that police station, though. Okay. We've just hit a bit of a wall of them. We're going to head south for now, down towards these buildings, where no doubt some of the dead will smell us and try and follow us. A zombie cop. Gonna have a little bit more protection than we want. Let's get moving. Around the corner we go. Break that line of sight. We should be in the clear for now. A pupating zombie slithers out of a window towards us. We ignore it. We continue on. Okay. A shocker brute. We can see it. Lighting up the night. And it's far to the south. So we'll just stay a little bit more to the north. We can see that the population is getting denser the further into the town we get. We're about halfway there at this stage. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be an unavoidable fight here. Let's go for this one. We might not have to fight. Nope, we're fast enough. Around we go. A kid stumbles out from around a corner. Let's not engage you. Stay focused, Clay. The roads are littered with them, though. Okay, into the field we go, and we can stay in it for most of our journey here. I like the sound of that. In between the houses we slip. And right now, we've only used half an hour of our time. Let's kill this thing before it causes more trouble. Slashing at the mess wrapped around it. The pupating zombie finally stops wriggling. Nothing that we want from that. No. Just this ichor on our knife. And we see a human. Someone still living. A feral human gripping onto an axe. Searching to the knife for the sound that they just heard. The sound of death. And they can probably smell it too. To the north we go. Away from them. Okay. It's not too busy out here. We can work with this. We are starting to get a little warm. Interesting. It looks like it's our head. We could probably do with taking off the ski mask. We'll wait for now. The warmth isn't so bad. You know what? Let's take you out. A really good strike there. Stunning it with a second one. It's down. Gotta say, I love the combat knife, especially with this style. Yeah, we're using a screamer. Rapid strikes. It's good stuff. Okay, on we go. Another wall of dead. How are we going to run this? just like that. Stabbing in the leg and then in the neck. It's down, but it's not out. All of these zombies will eventually come back. We need to keep that in mind. As long as we're not staying in the city for too long, we'll be fine. Oh, those critical strikes. Alright, let's bring up our GPS. We are oh so close now. There's a pizza parlor right next to the police station. That's where that tracking signal is. Okay, south of the lake we go. What do we have here? What even is this? It's an underlift tow truck. Okay, interesting. Just hanging out here by a pond. Strange. Oh, okay, there's parts of it embedded in the building here. Okay, it must have crashed into here at some point. Maybe. This is the pizza parlor. And our police station is right here. Okay. This is what we are after. Okay? We can hear noises inside. So. Okay. Right. A few things for us to worry about here. A cunning feral. I haven't seen this creature yet. It is a human, right? It's a feral human whose eyes look more focused and its movements steadier than the others of its kind. They're carrying a crude spear and they've assembled some basic armor. Oh boy. Well, I think fighting this lot back here is going to be the best move we can make right now. It's starting to get a little bit darker. This fence will eventually break. We could be shooting them through this fence, but I'm confident. And wow, we stun the zombie cop with a really good strike there. As others start to push their way through the gate, Clay is waiting for them. Those knife strikes, finding their mark, striking exactly where they need to. Okay. Ooh, it thrust its spear at us. We're going to have to take a step forwards here. We evade it, moving to the side. After quickly striking it, it's now dead. We've got one more cop to worry about though. We've been grabbed. And we're bleeding. Finally, some damage. Claw to our leg. After quickly striking down the other, we're okay. We can still see some others close by, but they're not close enough to cause us a problem. Not this second. We're going to put that combat knife away, and we're going to see if we can stop that bleeding real quick. We put pressure on the wound as best we can, and there we go. It stopped. We go silent again, as we can hear a noise inside here. Okay. And something breaking. Let's activate that sheath. We'll draw out the knife, see if the door's open. No, that would have been too easy. Having a look through the rest of the place, it looks like we might have to try and use the front entrance here. So, we start to move around. Okay, quite a few cops here. We could always try and clamber down by the front, but another thing that we can try is just very quietly making our way over here. As other sounds draw them away. Okay, well, the front of this place has been pretty beaten up. Peeking inside, we're not seeing much. So, let's do something here. Let's turn on that implanted night vision. Okay, so we should theoretically be able to see. Yeah, we can. We can see through the door. Alright, we've got a boomer and we have a zombie cop here. So, ideally, we want to try and fight these guys right over here if we can, by the window. Alright, well, there goes the window idea, and this boomer is certainly going to make some noise. A stab there, and another stab, the window explodes as its guts spill out onto the street. We've got another one of those feral humans here, a cunning one that is. After a few quick stabs, it's not enough to bring them down. We don't want to be fighting two at once, but with all of these folks making their way over here, we need to get into this police station fast. So, let's have a look. Badly bleeding. Both of those are good. Okay. Oh boy, the cunning feral lands its strike. Alright. This is getting bad. That shocker is getting close. We're gonna have to abort this attempt. Yup. Running. We make our way out of the sight of the shocker because that would be really bad for us. And as we make our way around the back, that's when more of the feral humans appear. More than I've seen in any one area. It's like they're congregating here. It's like they know. Maybe they were the ones that took the briefcase. Maybe the president isn't here. All questions that we need to get answers to. We hear something smash inside as our ballistics plate is shattered from a rock. From a rock. A few quick stabs there does the trick, but yeah, one of those was just completely shattered. That's okay. That's alright. We can work with that. Oh boy, how bad do we think it's going to be inside here? Well, we're going to have to break it down one way or the other, but we're going to have to fight the rest of these dead off first, I think. Another shattered. Okay, it reflects off our torso. We start to make our way closer, taking out the feral human. We've got a cop, and we've got others who are coming for us. And a great big light source in the distance, it seems like. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. It's starting to get fierce. Clay, to the roof we go. And we are going to have to start to run now because we're being grabbed. The stick doesn't work. Oh boy, we're surrounded. We're surrounded. This is bad. We need to break this grab. There we go. Okay. Climb. And who would have thunk? The police station is 2 stories. We are so lucky to have made it out of that. There was some kind of light source arriving for us down there, and I don't know what that was coming from. I don't think it was coming from the shocker. Oh boy. Let's use that sheath, put the combat knife away. I'm going to take a moment or two here, just to see if we can stop this damn bleeding. And we're good. We're starting to feel hungry though, which we'll need to keep in mind. And that might be because our metabolic interchange is turned on. It is currently off. Well, that's fine. That's fine by us. But we don't have anything to eat right now. No MREs. This was meant to be a quick mission. And it still might just be. What is this up here? Okay, a scorecard and some golf balls. It looks like they were, playing a little bit of golf off the roof. We can see more of the surrounding area. The rooftops that reach up higher. The mall being one of them. That's where we got to get to. But we need to find our goal first. Let's see if this door is open. And you know what? Let's have that knife at the ready. Okay. The door is locked. We can't pry it open. If we had the right tool, would be good. But we don't have that tool right now. We could climb 1 level higher though. Yeah, let's have a look at that. We're going to climb to the north. Okay, atop the roof. We don't really see any other way down. So we climb back. Okay. And from here, we're going to have to smash this door down. We start to whomp, whomp, whomp. And a feral human is waiting for us on the other side. Well, that's to be expected, I suppose. We lash out, dodging the fire axe. As we take them down, an armored feral emerges. Okay, clad in ancient armor, with a mace in hand, this maniac walks around in search of the next prey. A mace in hand. Damn. Okay, we lash out towards this one here, dealing 11 damage. That ain't much, but it's a start. Let's run back 1 square. We slash at them again. Good damage. 2 more strikes and we miss, but they miss us. Oh, that mace impacts our torso. We stand strong, striking it again and again. And then finally, that feral stops coming for us. We slow to a walk. Let's have a look at their corpse. I mean, they do have armor. It's ornamental, however, but they are rocking a mace as well. And honestly, a mace might be exactly what we need right now. Can we use it with our martial arts style? It tends to use batons. Honestly, I feel like we're probably better off using our knife because we're more skilled with it, but we could always try something else. We slow as we approach a briefcase on the floor. That's it. That's what we need. This is the item in question. The football. We grab it, putting it into our pack. Let's just have a look. Yep, it's the briefcase. It's what we're after. Time to make a call, I think. Yep.
Sir? bitch. I'm making my way to the evac point. Be there ASAP.
And you'll need to be. We make our way back outside, hearing the dead that are beneath us. They are beneath us, all around us. We can still see a little bit of light down here, some toxic gas spilling from one of the dead that's down there. It's not that far to them all, but there are many dead between us and it. And that is where we're going to wrap things up for today's episode. We have our briefcase, but there's still many dead folks wandering around the city. Any of them could be the one to end Clay's life. And with that, the lives of many others would be snuffed out. We have quite the responsibility, eh? Let's make sure that we live up to those hopes. I'd like to extend a great big thank you, first of all, to Vormithrax. And if you haven't had a chance to watch Vormithrax's Cataclysm content yet, I highly recommend you do. You're going to find it incredibly informative and entertaining. You will find a link to Vorm's channel in the description below. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.